Day here from Clemson Sports News Studios in Clemson, South Carolina. We're about a mile away from Death Valley as the crow flies. Going to sit here and talk about a couple things today. We got football season fast on its way, but first thing we'll talk about is the AP poll came out today. Let's talk about the AP poll. Let's talk about Clemson's defensive line as we continue our series at ClemsonSportsNews.com on breaking down the position groups of 2025. We're up to the defensive line. We released an article today on Clemson Sports News. You can find that on CSN.com, ClemsonSportsNews.com. Go there. You'll find an article about the defensive line and what we expect from them this year. And I broke it down pretty good and went player by player. Talked about Tom Allen. Talked about depth. Development, all the good things. We talk about some new policies. We talked to the Clemson athletic department sent us an email today with some new policies regarding game day policies, like gathering at the Paw, the in and out policy. We'll go over all that stuff. Then there's the awards. Tigers up for a number of big time awards on all these watch lists, and it's quite a comprehensive list. Once I start it, stick with me. It take me a couple of minutes to go through all the lists, but there's quite a few Tigers listed up for these awards, ready to go. So looking forward to going over all that with you today. And again, none of this is possible without our sponsors. We want to say thank you to Ingalls. Low prices, love the savings, love Ingalls. Love those folks there. Miss Melissa Level and Mr. Ruby Downs, the marketing team there that takes care of all of us here in the upstate and all around the area and the region. Great people. Great folks, and I'll tell you, Ingalls is the best. Get your gas, those fuel savings cards. I go up there, man, you load up on those fuel savings, man, those perks, and go out there and hit that pump and save me some money on the gas. On top of that, save some great money on some prices in there. I got a few of my favorites I get in there. I don't know about y'all about like those things, Yasso yogurt bars. I might get in trouble about them. Those are my favorite. They're called Yasso little yogurt bars. They're pretty good. I have them after dinner. It's like an ice cream, but not quite as not as bad for you. But either way. We'll talk about Benson Ford, Mr. Crow and the folks over there on 123 in Easley. Man, what a great business. The Benson banner has gotten itself. It's all across the upstate, different brands, but that Benson Ford location, number one location in the upstate for all Ford products, from electric EV trucks, Mustangs, you name it, man. They got it pre-owned. They got them all. They got a service department. They got a body department. They got everything, parts, maintenance, it's all there. Go down there, ask for Mr. Crow. That's 123. Benson Ford, right there across from the Walmart in Easley. Then you want to talk about the folks over at Oakway Tractor. Mr. Andy and the family-owned business, been there for decade upon decades. Kubota Tractors. You go to them for any of your Kubota tractors. I mean, they got orange tractors for days out there. All kinds of equipment. I'm not just talking tractors, but anything you need from you can name it, and they've got it out there as far as a quality tractor type product or a industrial product. And then they got the Ego products, the battery stuff. It's all battery product. It's all lithium battery lined. You got everything from blowers to 360 mowers that actually drive on batteries. And then you got they even got mini bikes. For little motorcycles run on batteries. And then they got everything you can think of. Ego products there. That's it. Oakway Tractor in Seneca on the way to Westminster on 123. So then we want to mention one of our other sponsors today. They just started out with us a couple months ago. They own a business called the Two Horse Distillery in Seneca, which is an amazing place. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. The Two Horse Distillery in Seneca is awesome. It's a great, beautiful building. They do their own bourbon in-house, different kinds, styles, and they got amazing food. And it's the bar is amazing. It's a beautiful a bar that wraps around it, and it's got great music and a great atmosphere right there in Seneca, owned by the Massey family. They also, Mr. Massey Bryan runs a company called IQ Capital Strategy. They do investments and financial planning and management for you. Reach out to Brian at IQ Capital Strategy. Those are great people. You'll find a link to his company at the bottom of the article I wrote about the defensive ends. So let's get to the defensive ends. Let's talk a little bit of defensive ends. Okay. But you know what? Let's hold up. I want to go back to something else. Let's go back to the rankings that just came out. Okay. Our national rankings just came out. And AP poll came out today. Now, coaches came out last week on Monday, had the Tigers at 6. I thought that was underranked quite a bit. I'm going to drop my rankings next week on our season preview show in Seneca at the Kiwi Marina when we're there. But the AP poll has Clemson in at number 4. And let me break them down to you. Here's the top 10. We'll start from 1 to 4 and then past Tigers, all right? They got the Texas Longhorns in at number 1. The Nittany Lions of Penn State come in at number 2. Ohio State Buckeyes, number 3. The Tigers of Clemson at number 4. The Bulldogs of Georgia at number 5. Notre Dame comes in at number 6. Oregon at number 7. Alabama rolls in at number 8. LSU, the Clemson opponent in week 1, rolls in at number 9, which makes that now a top 10 matchup in Death Valley. And then number 10 comes the Miami Hurricanes, another ACC member. So there you go. The Tigers, 4th. I tell you, if you want to talk about this a little bit, I think it's a great place for them to start. I actually think should be ranked a little higher just because of production, quality depth, proven quarterback play. You get where I'm coming from? There's 2 teams in that top 5 that have proven quarterbacks. And now I'll tell you who they are. They're Penn State and Clemson. Texas has got an unproven quarterback. And Manning is not a proven quarterback. He's played a few snaps here and there in mop-ups last year. He got forced into action a couple times, but nothing special came out of his play. Ohio State, brand new quarterback. But you know them. They can reload in a year, no big deal. And Georgia's bringing in Gunnar Stockton. And I tell you, man, he played 1 half football last year. That's it. So if you're going to go to the top 5, to me, I would have to push the other 2, Clemson and with Alford, Penn State with Alford at quarterback and Klubnik at quarterback. Clemson. To me, those guys, being that they're more proven, would give them the edge. That's just me. And again, this is preseason, and this is really just debating apples to oranges on it. But why not? That's what we're here for. To talk, right? We're here to talk. So with that going on, we'll go back to the defensive line talk we were talking about. So Tigers defensive line 2025. I wrote an article. It's called "A Powerhouse Poised for Dominance," and how I got there is by reading ahead and doing my homework. And I did a deep dive on the accolades of the unit, the expectations, the player breakdowns, and what the impact of Tom Allen's hire was going to be. And you'll find that in the article, just as I just wrote it out. Okay, that's exactly how I did it. You can go in here and take a read. I break down TJ Parker, his stats, where he's at, his projection. Break down Will Helt, Kay Denhoff, Jaheim Lawson. We go to the defensive tackles. We broke down Peter Woods, DeMonte Capehart, Stephon Green, Vic Burley. The newcomers, Amari Adams, the freshman phenom. The guy, Ari Watford, everybody's forgotten about. He was the number 1 defensive end in the country out of Maryland last year, who hurt his knee in camp last year. He's going to be hopefully making an appearance per Dabo towards the end of camp, full strength. The freshmen, McKee Williams-Lee, who reminds me of Grady Jarrett and Tyler Davis. And then there's Bryce Davis, the defensive end, who reminds me of an Austin Barnes kind of guy. Austin Bryant. And guys, the potential mashup between Allen's coaching and this defensive line is where I see a big difference in this football team this year. I think that he plays the players' strengths. If you go back and watch what he did with Abdul Carter, he would make that defense work where the offensive line would have to end up with him on a one-on-one situation. You're going to see TJ Parker one-on-one almost all season long. But here's the main reason why. It's not because of Tom Allen. It's because you got Peter Woods sitting next to him, who demands a double team. And then you got him, Capehart, who could also demand a double team. So if you got 2 guys taking up 4, and you got 4 guys on the line, that leaves both your defensive ends free to run. I mean, seriously, they're going to have so much trouble, or else offenses are going to have to bring their deep offenses. They're going to have to keep the tight ends in to add an extra blocker in there to chip out, or they're going to have to keep the running backs in. One or the other is going to have to happen. So what happens there is you take away options for the offense. You take away pieces, and you take away routes in their passing game. If you take away the tight end and the running back, there's 2 guys that ain't in the passing lane. Instead of 3 guys in the lanes, there's actually only 5. There's only 3. So that's what that kind of effect can have for you. It can make an offense change its game plan, and that's natural. Now wait till he starts adding stunts, twists, and his own game plans in there, and that's what Tom Allen is pretty much famous for: is highlighting players' ability, playing to their strengths. He's going to play those guys' strengths. Sammy Brown is going to be like a missile this year. they're going to open up things for him to go through and kill people. And I'm literally not hurt people, but you get where I'm coming from, guys. So get ready for a really good defensive line. I'm very excited this year. I'm as excited about this defensive line as I ever was about the Power Rangers version 1. As a matter of fact, we put up a little, like a cartoon vignette, a little 5-second thing I put up on the Facebook page, and it was the Power Rangers 2.0, and it's these guys. And that's who I call these guys. They're the Power Rangers 2.0. Watch. So go read that article on Clemson Sports News. Tell me what you think about it. There's a comment section there. Hit it. Tell us what you think. You can always reach out to us like right now on our Facebook as we're talking to you. You can talk to us and say, hey, guys, what's up? And ask us a question. We'll hit you back with an answer in the feed. Same thing with our Twitter and our Instagram and our YouTube. So next topic, guys, I think would be the awards. And let me tell you, I have been covering this team since 2009 in the media. Full-time in the media since 2016. So that puts me about 16 years covering the team and about 9 full-time. But I've never seen, and this includes the national championship teams, this many Clemson players inundated into these preseason watch lists like I have seen this year. And I've got the list in front of me, and it's quite extensive. I want you to take a listen, and let's go ahead and start talking about it right now. Okay. The Maxwell Award for the most outstanding player in the country. Pretty much like the media's version of the Heisman. Cade Klubnik and Antonio Williams are nominated. The Biletnikoff Award for the most outstanding pass catcher wide receiver in the country. Bryant Wesco, Antonio Williams are in the award, are nominated, are on the watch list. Remington Trophy for the top center, and I love this nomination because I think this kid has earned it. That's Ryan Linthicum from Clemson to the center. He is nominated. The Outland Trophy for the top interior lineman, meaning offense or defense. You can be a tackle or an interior guard or whatever. So Clemson has Blake Miller and Peter Woods on this list. The Bronco Nagurski Trophy Award, top defensive player. 3 players on this list. TJ Parker, Peter Woods, and Avion Terrell. Bednarik Award, top defensive player in the country. Parker, Woods, Terrell again. Paul Horning Award for the most versatile player. Antonio Williams is in there. The Werfel Trophy for the community service, academic, and athletic achievement. Adam Randall, running back, is nominated or is in the watch list. Butkus Award, top linebackers in the country. Wade Woodaz, Sammy Brown are on the watch list. Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back. Avion Terrell is on that watch list. Lou Groza Award, top place kicker. Nolan Hooser is on that award. Davey O'Brien for the top quarterback in the country. Cade Klubnik is on that list. And the Walter Camp Player of the Year Award, you have Cade Klubnik and Peter Woods on that list. And folks, that is quite a list of players to be on the preseason watch list this year. And comes from a lot of hard work, a lot of development, and a lot of dedication. You notice one thing I want to say about all these players? That you've all been here since they all were commits. None of these guys are transfers. They're all committed here. They all came here 2-3 years ago, and every one of them stayed the process and stayed through. Every one of these guys stayed through the process and developed through their time here at Clemson to get where they're at. So, that's what I see here. I see a bunch of guys that stayed true to their commitment, and they got here, and it's something to be proud of if you're Dabo Swinney and the Tigers, and something really cool. All right, so now on to the other big news we got today. Got an email from Clemson University. They have some new policies in place now, and these all come from the ACC over the last few meetings, regarding a couple of subjects that affect Clemson. One, gathering at the Paw, and the other, the in and out policy that we've had there at the stadium for years and years and years, where you could check out at halftime, get a stamp, go to your tailgate, and come back. So here's the deal. I'm gonna read it to you verbatim. Okay, so here you go. Gathering at the Paw. In accordance with the ACC's revised sportsmanship policy, which fines schools for spectators entering the field of play prior to the visiting team's exit, and that can be up to $200,000 per event. Wow. Gathering at the Paw will now begin at the conclusion of the alma mater. Fans should stay in their seats and then may access the field via the hill and the west stands once the alma mater is complete. As always, fans should be respectful of all visitors in athletic venues. So there you have it. The change has been made. You cannot rush the field, jump to the field to go gather at the Paw. until after the alma mater has been played. Now, in the past, we all went to the Paw and then they played the alma mater. So you're going to guess, I could guess this is going to be the team's meeting. 30, 45 seconds of that. And then Dabo does his interview. 30 seconds of that. And then they're going to go meet down at the end zone and do the Paw gather thing like they used to always do or whatever. And I guess you're talking 2 to 3 minutes before you hit the field. So you won't be seeing that scene as the game is going off the air from Death Valley on network TV of Tigers on the field. Probably. They'll be switching over to the other game as Dabo's walking out there to meet the other coach on an empty field, just like any other game. So, but either way, that's the new policy. Wanted to put it out there. I thought that was pretty big news. Had to share it with you. It's been a busy Monday here. Practice going on down there. They're down in the indoor today because it's raining over here in Tiger Town. Has been for about a week now. The weather's been to me awesome because it's kept the temperatures down but not for Dabo. I know Dabo, he loves it when it's 98 degrees and sticky hot, and he's got his players out there sweating and conditioning them hard for later on in the year. So he's missing out on that this year because he's not able to condition them as hard as he wants to. And I can promise you that bothers him. I know Dabo, he loves that hot, sticky, just awful weather that we all hate here. He loves it because, again, it pays off later on down the season when his team's the most conditioned football team on the field. And, again, other than that, man, I gotta be honest with you, man, getting exciting. Kids are moving in all over every day. More kids are moving into town. They officially move in for the weekend. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, next Monday our classes, Monday or Tuesday, are the next start of classes here in Tiger Town. It's a good time of year. Love it, man. I'm just loving it. Football's almost here. I've been watching preseason games all weekend. Did you guys see that 70-yard field goal that guy made in the game the other night? Woo! Wow. That's something else. Yeah. But hey, I just can't tell you how exciting it is. This weekend, football jamborees here locally, high school. We're going to start getting out to high school football here in the area soon, spending some time there, talking to recruits and digging into what's going on with the recruiting process and if there are any prospects going to pop up in the fall this year. We'll see what's up. We'll get back with you guys on that one. But until Wednesday, we'll get back with you for some more good stuff from here at Clemson Sports News. Have a great day. Stay dry if you're in the area. And if you're not, but always check in with us. Leave us a note. Say, hey, add us, join us, like us, share us on the social media platforms. And we will talk to you again on Wednesday, 6 o'clock from All In with CSN. We'll see you then. Until then, go Tigers.